All right. What impacts will tariffs have geopolitically? I think we talked a little bit about that last question. And then what is the long-term effect of tariffs on U.S. manufacturing and product development?
So ultimately, I believe that this will have some slight improvement on product development. Product development is already largely going on in the US to the extent that manufacturers like to be close to where the products are developed. I think it'll improve that. But where it'll have probably a more transformational effect is to move manufacturing nearshore and onshore. There are already certain industries that it makes a lot of sense to make things, to do the last mile domestically. I've been working this for many years now, and there are certain industries that makes a lot of sense to do domestic manufacturing. This only increases that list, and so ultimately I believe this is actually part of the jobs creation strategy also. So I think there's going to be more what I call last mile manufacturing moved onshore with different source countries, and I think we'll get into that a little bit later.
Well, geopolitically, what's very interesting is that I see trade blocs being developed. For instance, the Trans-Pacific Treaty authority was actually developed to keep China out, and US and its allies, and then US dropped out. So guess what? Now China has indicated it wants to be part of the Trans-Pacific Alliance. So, that was the unintended consequence. And also what's happened in the last month is that the United States has expressed a renewed interest in the European TTIP. So I see these blocks being created, which, I don't think is healthy, but...
So I do agree with the comment about the change in the dynamic of postponement and last mile manufacturing. I think what's going to happen, though, is the phrase that water finds its own level. And I think what happens is as China gets removed and people want to do less business with China, there's the concept people say is, well, is manufacturing going to come back to the United States? And my view is if the next level down from a cost or capacity or capability perspective isn't necessarily the United States. And so my view is there's going to be a variety of steps that this thing goes through for full manufacturing. That it isn't automatically this binary thing where if it's not in China, it comes back to the US. So I think there's a benefit in some industries where some modest growth in jobs, but I think the countervailing impact is these types of tariffs are going to have large impacts on companies and companies' profitability, and therefore companies' desires to hire. It's a secondary effect, and I think it's going to be a real challenge.
Yeah, very good. And also, China has been increasing its scale on the food chain, right? I mean, they're doing more development and manufacturing, and China is a very large market, so it's going to be interesting to see how that side plays out as well, not just from the U.S. side.